Okay. Hey guys. Hey everyone. Thank you for being here. Happy to see there are some people, even if it's summer, probably on vacation. Hey Robert. Hey Eden. Thank you for being here too. How are you?
Good. Good, yeah. Thanks. Yeah.
Great. As usual, this AMA will start with an introduction of the Q3 from Robert and Aiden, development and business side. And then we can open up the live question section where you can jump on the stage with us and ask your question directly to Robert and Aiden. This AMA, of course, will be recorded as every AMA we did in the past. So let's just begin with some introduction um, and an overview in general to give to the people here.
Yeah, thanks, Gia. Hey, everyone. Thanks for coming. I'm Robert Weir, if you don't know me, the COO of Jigstack. It's been a couple of months since I've come on and spoken to you guys, so obviously wanted to stick my head in again. Being the start of Q3 and give you an update. I know Aiden's been, mostly updating you on the development side on a bi-weekly basis, so just in terms of the business, I think last time we spoke, I spoke. We were in the situation where we were changing over kind of our development structure with employees. So at that time, I think we had just onboarded one new developer, and we had two more. So since then, they've kind of gone through their probationary period. They're all doing quite well. Aiden's kind of sync them in really nicely, and it's just given us a lot more manpower. I was wanting to always get to a stage where we had more developers working on specific projects rather than a team jumping in and out of projects, working with third parties. So this is just another step to further enhance the team and the internal team side of things and the development more streamlined. On the other side of development, I'd like to officially tell you guys that we are partnering with HBAR Foundation, so we have been given a grant, which has been super exciting. Obviously, the grant itself, it goes a long way with development, but the main things for us was, the relationship that we've built with HBAR, access to their developers. We've got them on call now. We have any questions. It's kind of streamlined. So it just speeds up everything rather than a project trying to partner or work, through their libraries and, some of their kind of more third-party developers. These guys are quite on top of everything for us. And, the other side of it, which, we're building a launch pad on Hedera, working with HBAR, most of those projects that are getting grants are new projects coming on HBAR. So building a relationship with the business development team, showing them what we're doing. They're super excited for what we're doing. Not just, building on Hedera, but because we're building this kind of hybrid system with, Ethereum, ERC20 people, who will be able to participate from Stakbank into Hedera projects as well. It's just something different to other launchpads they've already got. So, it's super exciting. We've already started the process with them. We're talking about our kind of requirements for projects, and it's almost pretty much aligned with what they do. So most of the projects that do get funded by HBAR Foundation go through a pretty rigorous, KYC. So they kind of tick all the boxes for us, all those red flags. And then we just obviously go through the project. Is it a right fit for us, a right fit for the community? Look at the tokenomics, the size. And that's kind of how that process works. The other side of it is obviously not just artists, but also buyers as well. Hedera's, growing quite well as, this NFT space. So again, they've kind of given us kind of like a green light that they'll assist us there, whether we work with some of their, marketing agencies and stuff like that, but also introduce us to some of the bigger artists on Hedera. And, we could do some really, really cool kind of hype launches up to when we launched Gallery on Hedera as well. Other than that, you've kind of heard the wallet is tracking well. I'm pretty sure that we'll have some kind of video demo to show you guys quite soon of what the product looks like. And then other than the launches previously, we're going to give you guys a feel what the prototype looks like, get feedback as part of our final stages of launching the MVP. So we're really getting your feedback as well, and really trying to drive this product out the door pretty well with you guys. So the other thing is we're in the final stages of building a bounty program. There has been some things found by some of the community, which is I'm super happy and thankful for all the people that put through the feedback. Sometimes it's quite harsh and straight to the line, which is fair enough, going through all the stuff that we've been through already. But, working together, you guys, picking up things that we might have missed is super healthy. And now we want to try and put a program together. So, we'll have some more stuff, hopefully within the next month of what that looks like. And then on top of that, the market's starting to turn, so we're hoping some of the projects that are coming through, can pass kind of our KYC kind of process, and, making sure that they're the right fit. We're obviously still precogs, still there. They're just, taking their time, making sure they hit it right at the sweet spot. It's a bigger raise than we've ever done before, so they just want to make sure the timing's right, but that's still going ahead. That hasn't gone anywhere. And then, obviously looking at, other other things for Q4, really want to get Lemonade too close to a CVP, so a commercially viable product. Making it fully automated with, a few more features. And then from that stage, once it gets to that stage of the product, we start trying to implement the DAO stages. But that's pretty much it from me today. So, Aiden, do you have anything else to go on?
Thanks, Robbie. I like just getting a little bit more granular on the development side. With the 3 new developers coming on board, things have really, moved forward at quite a rapid pace. Which has really been a great motivator for everybody else, just seeing great progress across the board. The biggest thing now, like we're still on track across Lemonade and JWallet to wrap things up in Q3. So we're still on track there. More specifically, we're looking to we're working with the auditors to get ready to do audits on both products in August. So that typically takes probably, it can take anything from like 2 to 4 weeks. So we're hoping to kick that off very soon, and hopefully that all goes smoothly. The Lemonade and JWallet, like you said, they're tracking very well. Outside of that, you've got the Stakbank Jigstack dashboard and the auto compounding. We'll probably flip one of the developers over to that as soon as we get the Polygon work specifically completed on Lemonade. And then just in terms of the gallery on Hedera, that's all done from a PRD perspective. We're in the kind of technical design phase, and the team will be moving into the full kind of estimation review, and we expect to have that set of estimates ready in the next couple of weeks, and moving forward on the gallery and Hedera very soon afterwards. So all in all, team are really happy. Progress is tracking well, and we just have to keep moving forward. So I think that's it at a high level. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Robert. Thank you, Aiden, for that. I think we will move on the live question section. We get everyone an overview of what has been done and what will happen in this month's period. So if you guys have any question, if you Captain Stack have some question seeing on on the chat during the last weeks, just jump on the stage. Hey.
Hello, can you hear me right?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Well, I was popped up, yeah, so I thought I'd jump in with one that's been raised a few times actually. Regarding the GitHub being visible for us to see, pretty big question really across the community. So wondering about that, if we can get that visible at all.
Yeah, we're looking to get. I think JWallet will look to provide that access as soon as that's launched, and then we'll be rolling that forward for each of the upcoming launches afterwards. I think we just want to make sure that that everybody internally are happy with the process there, that we're all comfortable with everything that's in there, and we're going to start rolling that out. Like I said, with the JWallet being the first one, and then the projects afterwards as we kind of do new releases. So it's upcoming.
Yeah, perfect. Sounds good. No problem. I'll hop off for anyone else to pop up now.
Great.
Thank you, Captain Star. If you guys don't want to jump on the stage, or your mic doesn't work, you can just do your question on the general chat. I'll ask them for you. I see someone is writing up on the general chat, so bear with us a couple seconds. Okay, one of the question is, are there any new project coming up? Precog is the only thing we have heard about, and it keeps getting delayed. It seems like a lot of money going out, but not much coming in. So that's probably mostly for Robert.
Yeah, so good question. I could say yes. There's a couple right now that have kind of passed that first part of the process. So I'm hoping, with the market conditions, starting to steady and stuff like that, that these kind of projects will give us a definitive answer within the next month or so. As soon as I know, again, we've been quite heavily focused with the Hedera side of things. And then obviously, riding the wave with with the launch of Hedera, as well as, that direct access that you don't really get being, an Ethereum-based project. You obviously, because it's so large, having direct links to projects coming through that are looking for launch pads. I think you'll see quite an uptick once we launch of projects. So I hope we get to a stage where we're totally in demand, and projects start flying through the door in Q4. But obviously it's been very hard the last couple of months. There have been some projects that just didn't pass, kind of like our kind of benchmarking. So, we just didn't push forward. And obviously precog has been a bit frustrating, I know, but I know it's all in the interest of investors and you guys as well. So, hang in there, and they're still going ahead. And it'd be super exciting getting them out the door.
Yeah, it seems like the question has been addressed from what I can see on the general chat. So another one is it possible to fully launch Gallery in Q3?
Our idea would probably be the process where we would be doing a launch, because it's not necessarily us launching Gallery in Q3. We need to ramp up. We need artists, so we need to be in demand. So we'll probably start that process at the back of Q3. So technically the launch period is not just around the MVP itself. We need to get that kind of interest from artists, them kind of filling out the application form, getting them on dates for their auctions, and then having an initial launch, and then having not just I don't want to have the same kind of thing again. I want to be able to have the launch of it, whether it be a big artist or the first artist, but then that just rolls in with continuing artists from there as well. So we'll probably be looking at doing the artist onboarding in the end of Q3.
Hope this answers your question. Another one was how much was the HBAR grant? I'm not sure we can say exactly, but seems like a lot of people are reacting to that question, so it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, we'll speak to HBAR. I don't think we've gotten sign off. I don't want to say anything because we're actually a milestone-based grant, so they're just not having given us a sum up front. They're quite, and we're quite comfortable with that as well. We've got certain milestones that activates more of the grant. So, if we can get approval, I'll make sure that gets either put into a Medium article, or you can announce that on Twitter and Discord. But there's also a whole bunch of other marketing activities with HBAR Foundation. We'll be able to do some AMA, some cross promotions and stuff closer to the launch to really build up the hype. So yeah, like I said, it's not necessarily, of course, having that grant and, just being vetted by them, loving what we're doing, think it's suitable for their ecosystem, as well as, the financial support, but it's also everything else that comes with that. I know Aiden, having that development line, just access whenever you guys want, has been super helpful. And then obviously from the business development standpoint, them giving us the opportunity to potentially work with projects that are coming through their grant system. Once our launchpad is near complete, we can start really ramping up that kind of process, and then hopefully having a few to start with straight away out the bat, so we're not just building and sitting there in Hedera.
Yeah, I think it's important to highlight how supportive they have been, and every time we chat to them, they're always asking do you need anything else? Can we send you any documentation? And Hedera have been very supportive of everything we're doing. They check in with us regularly, and it's from a technical perspective, it's the team's knowledge and experience with Hedera is growing every day, and that's been a massive plus from the technical side. So yeah.
Yeah, just on that, Aiden, they've been quite impressed about, I guess, we've kind of put them on the back foot a bit by being fast and being very prepared. So, this isn't, obviously because we've already built, we've got a kind of existing team. We're not starting technical, we're still a startup, but we're not starting from scratch. We've got processes in place. So they've also been super impressed with, just the way that we've presented, our designs, our ideas to, just further improve going through our their milestones. And, we've actually got ahead a lot faster than what they thought we would at this stage.
Yeah, I think that's the maturity of Jigstack. I think like you said, the processes, the procedures, we've been through a few speed bumps, but we've learned a lot from that, and that's definitely been reflected in the work that we're doing with Hedera. And like you said, they've been impressed with our progress, and yeah, really excited about the future. So far so good. It's been great.
Thank you for the answer, guys. What portion of the team's time is dedicated to Jigstack? Is there anyone working full time? So that's probably a question, because the other part of the question is, by the lack of progress, I will say they are only doing it part time. But that's only because we are not really releasing anything other than working behind the scene. So yeah, I'll let you answer, but that's the question.
Yeah, well, there are some part of the team that are working part-time, and there are full. So, especially the development, which is, labor intensive, the development team are all on full-time, coding away. So, that's as well as that QA and stuff like that. Obviously business development, and product management, there's full-time staff there. And obviously, you can call it what you want. I live and breathe Jigstack. So, I'm technically here day to day, 24 hours a day, trying to, get this going, get this where we all want it to get to. So, and then, as we increase, and get momentum, and, there's calls for more people, but we're at that sweet spot now where, everyone's time is being used to its capacity without, stressing it, and putting people into, a situation where they burn out. And that's another dangerous thing. We've kind of got that balance now where we're still moving quite fast for, development, but we're not going as fast and as hard as possibly can, and having situations, whether that be errors, or team member burnout. So I hope that answers the question, but yeah, it's a mixture of full-time and part-time.
Yeah, thank you. I think regarding to Hedera and the grant, what are the milestone and the payouts per milestone? I think we already said that we cannot say exactly the amount, but what are the milestone on that?
Yeah, so it's technically, we have 3 milestones put in place. Just at a top level, I don't want to get into too much, but it's kind of like, I'd say development and, I'd say your PRD, so your product requirements, documentation, and then obviously your designs. So we show them what the project looks like and what we want the project to do. And then there will be a development process, and then there will be, once the development is potentially completed and it's about to go live, there will be a live milestone as well. That's kind of how we've structured it with those guys. So, like I said, we got through the first one very, very quickly. The next one, we're on track, to move through that as well. So that's at a good pace. And then obviously that last part of it, we'll, once we get there, they'll release the last part. But we're building a strong relationship, with their team. Like I said, it goes further than just, the kind of payments, or the grant per se. It's, building this strong relationship with Hedera or HBAR Foundation, and, really getting access to, projects, artists, and, obviously their community as well, right? So, super excited to start doing some marketing activities as well. But, obviously picking the time, the timing's not right to, go all out. Announcing, working with them on co-marketing activities. We kind of want to get closer to launch dates with our products, as well as, hopefully this market keeps the way it's looked recently and just improves, and that will, obviously, further hype up our products and our product launches.
Yeah, if I could just add to that as well, Robbie, just Hedera have been very diligent, if you like, just in their process in terms of the milestones. Especially for the first one, they have to go kind of around the house internally, get reviews, get approvals. So it just speaks again to the quality of work just coming through from the team. That we've been able to kind of move through that process quite quickly. They have been doing their homework, on the work that we've produced, and I expect that that's going to be the same as we pass through the development and the live milestones as well. So overall, that enhances development process on our side. We want to make sure we're delivering to their expected standard, and at the end of all that, we've got much better quality products, and everybody kind of benefits from that. So it's been a great experience so far.
Thank you for the answer. What are these new developers? Is it possible to introduce them to the community? From a marketing perspective, I should check with them if they want to be introduced with the community. But I will let Aiden answer about who are these new developers.
I mean, they in terms of the new developers, they're still kind of being they're wrapping up their probationary period. They in terms of where they're located, they're in Vietnam, and it's like you said, Gia, I think we'll need to make sure that they're comfortable kind of introducing themselves and getting them on the website and things like that. I don't really want to say a whole lot more about them specifically. I do want to say that they've been doing great work. They've been really extremely efficient in terms of the deliveries that we've asked them to produce. They got on top of the development process really fast. Got to understand what's happening under the hood, and have been making some great, suggestions, technical suggestions, and improvements across the board. Not only from an actual coding or technical perspective, but just in terms of process and saying, hey, can we maybe change this? How about doing that? They've been very proactive, very responsive, and the team so far have been the rest of the team have been very impressed with them and the work rate that they've been producing. So I think that's definitely one we can look to noodle on a bit further and see how comfortable they are with introductions, and we can definitely do that when the time is right.
Great. Following this question, another topic that has been found from Captain STAK during the last weeks, they are when we plan to update the Jigstack website with the new team members and take off the old one.
I think it's pretty much the same answer. Whenever everybody's comfortable with that, with having their kind of profile there, if you like, and that when the time is right, we'll definitely look to do that.
Okay, it seems like we are all quiet for some times now. Let's just wait a couple minutes if someone else has more question. Other than writing on general chat, you can raise your hand here. So let's just wait a couple of minutes and then I think we can close it. Okay, it seems like everything was pretty clear. So thank you guys for joining this AMA. Thank you, Aiden. Thank you, Robert, for taking part of this. The recording will be up next week. So thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Gia. Thanks, everyone, for coming. Thanks, Aiden, for being here.
Thanks, Robbie. Thanks, guys.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.